Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world of rugby. My name is Hendrik Fourie for the 15 Rugby podcast from South Africa. Today, we're just going to talk quickly about the Springbok team selected by Rassie for the upcoming match versus the Barbarians in Port Elizabeth, and just discuss some of the decisions there. We'll jump straight in with the front row. Oxenche, Andre Goventer, my choices. I think they deserve to be there. They had both of them had great seasons in the URC and showed their fitness and their commitment. On number 3, we've got Carlos Sadi, who is maybe a little bit of a surprise, but only in terms of the fact that he didn't play URC and wasn't so much on the South Africans' supporters' radar. However, he had a great season for Bordeaux. My only concern there regarding the front row is the fact that Neethling Forshey isn't in the 23. However, he is in the starting lineup for the match versus Zimbabwe, which I suppose the thinking is that he is going to get at least 50 to 60 minutes game time there. But I think there should be no doubt as to Neethling Forshey's capabilities, and he should be in the starting lineup, given his really stellar URC campaign. Moving on to the locks, I think that was one of the two big surprises. The other one we'll get to just now, but Franco Mostert, to me, given all of the injuries and recoveries at the moment, is an obvious choice. Franco Mostert is a hard worker on the field. He's like a fourth loose forward, so he was an obvious choice for me as well. Especially at the moment, the surprise was Riley Norton, who I know that he's captained the junior box and obviously played for them, but he hasn't cemented himself in any provincial or URC team. So that is a bit of a surprise for me. However, Rassie backs him, and Rassie has gotten to know him, obviously, and many of the coaches that they are working with. So I really hope for Riley's sake that he would have a great match on Saturday. The other surprise a little bit for me is the fact that JJ van der Mesh wasn't included in the training squad. He's obviously made some waves this year in the English League, and I was hoping to see a little bit of him, especially given the state of the injuries at lock position at the moment. Moving on to the loose forwards, in my view, Paul de Villiers should be in the starting 15 and should have been chosen to don the number 6 jersey from the word go. Given Siya Kolisi's form this year and his on and off injuries, I don't think Siya Kolisi should have been in the starting lineup. In fact, given his form this year, I don't think he should have been in the 23 squad. However, he is there. Peter Steph Toy, no problem there. Number 8, Jasper Wiese and Evan Roos. I think it was a bit of a toss-up, but what might have counted against Evan Roos starting is his disciplinary record this year. Hopefully he gets a proper chance this year, and hopefully he can sort out whatever is in his mind to sort of settle him down, because I think he's a great player and he could easily be the number one choice at number 8 this year, especially given the fact that that the Bulls players are not available this weekend. Moving on to number 9, the scrum half, Grant Williams, to me again was the obvious choice with Kobus Reinach, Mone van der Berg, and Emrose Papier not available. Grant Williams was the next obvious choice. And then with Faf de Klerk as an experienced 9 on the bench makes sense. At number 10 was obviously the biggest surprise, and yeah, this is the kind of call that makes Rassi who he is. And just to be clear, I'm a massive Kuhn fan. I think he was stellar for the Lions this year. He's a way above average rugby player. However, I do think that it might it might be difficult. The shift from 15 to 10 can be big, especially on such a big stage. And there is such a thing as positional memory. And I certainly hope that Kieran will have a great game, and that he's going to be able to adapt his game to suit him, or to suit the team, because he's a very, very attacking player, and usually a bit more restraint is called from a number 10. But I'm wishing him all the best and hope that he does well on number 10. He's definitely a player for the future. The wings at this stage choose themselves. Edwin van der Merwe, Cheslin Colby, they are the two informed wings that should be there. No problem with that. Then I'm ecstatic about number 12 and 13, Andre Estreisen and Jesse Creel. I think those are the two standout centers in South Africa at the moment. I wouldn't have gone any other route myself. And then at number 15, again, was a little bit interesting. Apelele Fassi didn't have the greatest URC season. Personally, I would have loved to see Damien Willemse there again. But I think it must have been a bit of a close call between the two of them. But Damien will obviously get some more opportunities going forward this year. So from my side, that's it regarding the Springbok team to face a Barbarian team who we know will come out kind of structured at first, but things will loosen up very quickly, because we know that the Barbarian team obviously is not a team that would have trained together for months on end. They would have gotten together this week, probably maybe 2 weeks. I'm not so sure about that. But eventually it becomes a free for all, especially from a Barbarian side. So from my side, I really hope the Springboks do well. I know they will do well. I'm giving them between 30 and 40 points at least for a win. All the best to them. All the best to the young players that's making their debuts in both of these teams. And we know that it's all building up towards our great match against England in 2 weeks' time. From me, Hendrik Fourie, cheers.